Hi, this is Val Schober. This is EDL 854, Module 1 of Building Finance. A little bit about me. I graduated from McPherson College. I got a bachelor's in elementary education and early childhood special education. I went later on to get my master's in education through Baker University, and I am currently a student at Fort Hays working on my educational leadership. As far as my work history, I have worked for the Reno County Infant Toddler Program for 21 years as an early childhood special educator, working with children 0 to 3. In the last 2.5 years, I have become the program coordinator, which is the administrator overseeing the infant toddler program. So I do that part-time as well as early childhood special educator part-time. The Reno County Infant Toddler Program is housed in the Early Education Center, which is also a preschool program. So the Early Education Center actually serves children birth to 5. I'm going back to school to hopefully eventually become the future director of the Early Education Center, as our director is retiring in a year and a half. About my personal life, I have been married for 21 years. I have 2 children, a son who is a junior in high school and a daughter who is a freshman at Missouri Southern in Joplin. I ran my first half marathon this last fall, and I'm hoping to do another one later in the spring. And my family loves to travel. 10 things I gathered from the articles. First thing is most common is that district finance teams make their budget, which I can see that I think that is what happens with USD 308 and the Reno County Education Co-op. There is a trend through states and districts that schools are moving to a site-based management financial budget system, which gives some financial decision making to site leaders, which include administrators and teachers. If you move to this, it needs to be proposed and approved by the school board. Many school leaders struggle with accounting and finance, which I could see that is very true, because I think this is the only class that we get on accounting and finance, and as school leaders, we are probably faced with a lot of budgeting and financing things as we take on the role as administrator. There are important financial duties and terms every principal should know, and some of the things that they stated in there, of course, is just knowing the school budget, setting financial goals, knowing how to track income and expenditures, knowing the law and legal procedures for all of these things. School leaders should understand school financial reports. Some of these reports include income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow systems or statements. School administrators need to find the best financial system to help with accounting and finances, which the article gave us some examples and suggestions on different systems. There is a myth that principals have the authority to make key decisions, which include financing and budgeting. I think a lot of them have some say in it, but as far as the overall authority, I do agree that it's a myth that they have all that authority. I liked these 2 quotes in the Smith article. Studies show providing principals with flexibility can better align spending with school priorities, and principals typically know what's best for their students, and effective leaders have been shown to have a substantial effect on student learning. So both of those showing that principals should have some say in financing and budgeting. Many states are changing formulas for school funding, which can include student-based formulas and adopting weighted student funding systems, which I'm sure I'll know a little bit more about as I go through these classes. As far as my principal with building finance, I know that she creates her budget with the Reno County Education Co-op starting in April. The Reno County Education Co-op kind of oversees and does the budget and financing while she kind of looks over it and gives some of her input. She has quarterly meetings with the RCEC and USD 308 to go over budget and finances, as USD 308 also funds the Early Education Center. All finances go through the Reno County Education Co-op. As far as when we spend money, the cash flow goes through the co-op, or when we get money, it goes through the co-op. She reviews budget monthly before and after the RCEC board meetings, and she works on grants for new programs to add additional supports and services. Some of my concerns is I do feel like I have a lot to learn, and how much control will I have over budget. With the infant toddler budget, I do write that with or create that with the Reno County Education Budget Committee. So it'll be interesting to know as another administrator how much control I have, who will help and guide me through my first years with the finances and budgeting, and what are all my resources, what all money is coming in, how is money coming in, what exactly are state and federal monies coming in, just to name a few of those things. Here are my references, the 4 articles that we read. So have a great day.